Biosecurity consists in the application of a series of measures designed to prevent disease-causing agents that could affect the health, welfare and performance of our animals from entering and spreading amongst our farms. There are two types of measures, external and internal. The external biosecurity measures are quarantine for newly arriving animals. Animals that have just arrived at the farm must stay in quarantine for between 40 and 60 days in a space which is separate from the main farm. We must have all the background health information and check the animals on arrival. Semen control. We must be aware of the disease control and monitoring program implemented at the semen production centres that supply to our farm, respect the recommended preservation conditions and maintain maximum hygiene during handling. Animal loading and unloading docks. To minimize the risk of contamination, it is important that loading and unloading operations are carried out outside the premises and at an adequate distance from the units. Define a physical barrier that separates the clean area from the dirty area. Check that the vehicle is clean and disinfected. And clean and disinfect the aisle and dock once the operation is completed. Means of transport. Reduce the entry of vehicles into the farm enclosure and check that those that enter are clean and disinfected. Minimize the frequency of carcass collection or use alternative methods. Unload animal feed outside the farm enclosure and implement systems for truck disinfection and driver shoe protection. Dressing room. To prevent the entry of pathogens, a dirty area to deposit external equipment and a clean area for the equipment used at the farm should be enabled. To reduce the risk of contamination, there must be a physical barrier between the two areas. The dressing room shall be equipped with running drinking water and personal hygiene products. It shall have a visitor's book to log relevant information. And operators shall wear appropriate clothing and footwear. Staff and visits. Any outsiders shall be considered a risk and the specific visitor protocol shall be applied to them, providing them with appropriate protective clothing and footwear. Likewise, a disinfection protocol shall be applied to supplies, tools and sanitary material in order to guarantee they are harmless. Water. It is important for animal drinking water to be kept clean by using authorized products that help reduce its microbial load and for routine checks to be carried out to confirm the effectiveness of the product and its use. Rat and insect control. It is mandatory to have a rat and insect control protocol that includes the farm's facilities and surroundings and to keep a record of the actions carried out. Wildlife. Protective measures should be put in place to avoid the risk of contact with wild animals, especially wild boars and birds. The most common measures are installing a perimeter fence and anti-bird meshes on windows and other openings. Internal biosecurity. The most important internal biosecurity measures are adaptation period for newly arriving animals. After quarantine, animals must get used to the new destination and be immunized with vaccines or by contact with other animals on the farm. Appropriate diagnostic techniques should be used to confirm they have been correctly immunized. Production systems. Systems such as production between phases, all in, all out, and working in bands help to achieve higher levels of biosecurity and reduce the control time for certain diseases. Cleaning and disinfection. Cleaning, disinfection, and sanitary breaks are essential measures to reduce the microbial load of the facilities, but for them to be effective, they must be carried out correctly and in an orderly manner. General management. Finally, good farm management significantly improves the welfare of animals, which results in better environmental adaptation, thus increasing their natural resistance and response to diseases. Biosecurity is the cheapest and safest management practice for disease control, and it is essential to keep our country free of them, thus helping us to produce safer food and to be more competitive both within domestic and international markets. As professionals working in the pig production chain, we all have our share of responsibility for the biosecurity programme, and at Interpork, we contribute to this by promoting projects that help to improve each aspect related to the health and well-being of our livestock. For the benefit of the sector and for the benefit of all, biosecurity, it's your responsibility.